Hello, everybody. We are here with Roawyn. He is a smaller but still fairly active YouTube channel, and he's been affected by these recent YouTube demonetizations. I realized that this was a problem when the Lone Vault Wanderer, I believe, on Twitter. I think he has a YouTube channel I don't watch, but Gopher constantly retweets his stuff whenever he's on Twitter. Not Gopher, sorry. Camelworks. Camelworks always retweets his stuff. My point is, however, that I saw his message saying that nearly all his videos were demonetized and there's no chance of him, remaining a full-time YouTuber. It just isn't going to happen. Something like that. So I looked at that, that comment, and I thought, well, there must be something going on. So I looked at my own list of demonetized videos, and there were some silly ones. Like a lot of either unlisted ones or like teeny little shorts, and they really didn't have any value. But then recently, I put up a video titled "Fall in Lava equals Die in Captivity." Because in Battlespire, if you fall into the lava, all of a sudden it goes to a cutscene where, good news, you're still alive. Bad news, you find yourself in a cell. Just like if a Daedra had killed you. It's like, oh, you're still alive. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, I fell in lava. All right, how did I die in captivity? But the word die triggered the demonetization on my video. Just the word die. And
Wow.
so, yeah. That happened. Either way, there's also news about the Drunken Peasants, their entire YouTube channel getting demonetized as a whole. So,
Jeez.
Everything related to the Drunken Peasants, because you are a drunken peasant, apparently. Being drunken immediately causes you to lose it all. So, yeah, that's apparently a thing.
Being a drunken peasant just makes you a bad person, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. So for any of you who wondering what I'm drinking today, we're just going to say it's fruit juice, shall we? I'm drinking fruit juice. All right. As Rowan, why don't you tell
Yes.
us your story with demonetization?
Well, imagine my surprise the other night when I logged onto my YouTube channel to kind of do my nightly uploading of a video. And I went, what are all these yellow marks next to all my videos? And I started looking through, and to my surprise, my videos all had notices saying this video's been demonetized for basically being, a bad person, I guess. Excessive violence and sexual content, and excessive profanity and the whole 9 yards. And it's like,
you're definitely someone who uses excessive profanity.
all the time.
I mean, especially on the job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're a bad egg, and they all know it. So that is a thing that
YouTube's finally on to me. It took them a while, but
yeah, that's no good.
And here's the ridiculous part. So they don't tell you why the videos are demonetized. And we're talking, I've got about 1,200 plus videos on my channel. And when I started looking through, probably 95% of them have been demonetized. And best part is I can't dispute it. It will not let me dispute it because it says when I select dispute, this will be held for review until the video reaches 1,000 views per week.
That's right.
Now, this might not be a problem for Zarek. He's a bigger channel than I am. But for me, 1,000 views might be what I get in the course of 6 months.
No, I'm going to tell you something right now. Like the older videos I mentioned that got demonetized, there's no chance those are going to get 1,000 views. They're going to accrue over the next year, maybe 1,000. You know,
Oh yeah.
the older videos do not get views. Now Shadowrend is asking, what kind of channel is Rowan's? Rowan, why don't you go and advertise yourself?
Well, my channel is mostly gameplay videos. So I do Fallout New Vegas. I've got some Stardew Valley, some Fallout 4. I've been doing a bunch of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds lately. Just kind of whatever the mood takes me. But what my channel really is known for is my Fallout New Vegas content. I've had some very long-running series where I 100% completed the game, and I've got probably my most popular video because I'm a min-maxer and like to, make the most powerful characters I possibly can when I play RPGs. I show how to make basically a super powerful character that can also 100% the game and get like all the secret content. So
yeah, I mean, there's an example when people play Morrowind. You can get so powerful that you essentially break the game, but people don't necessarily know how that's done at the beginning. It is taking it from an introductory perspective, and going and saying, okay, this is how you get powerful in this way, this is how you get powerful in that way. It makes sense how to get the optimal results in situations. That I could see how that style of gameplay would have value. The throwing darts meta.
Well, there definitely is a community of min-maxers out there, or people that, may not necessarily normally min-max, but, might be stuck on a game and just want to make their character a little bit more, winnable.
No, that makes perfect sense. They want to find a strategy and apply it, and you would have such a strategy available to them. It makes sense to me.
Absolutely. So, imagine my surprise when throughout the years, I have actually tried to make my videos as family friendly, at least in my opinion, as possible. Because the first person I ever started watching on YouTube that kind of got me interested in doing YouTube is a pretty well-known YouTuber by the name of Paul Soros Jr. He's known for... he mainly started with Minecraft, but he does very family-friendly stuff, but also, has some of those dad jokes and, some of the humor that may fly under the younger audience or fly over the younger audience's heads sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I could see that.
Yeah, I try to model myself after that. So it was like, what do you mean my videos are inappropriate content? What?
Yeah. Sorry about that. You trying to model yourself after a family-friendly channel isn't good enough.
Nope. I've heard from people that the demographic that they're trying to, make YouTube appeal to is like the, 8 and under audience. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I've kind of heard from the rumor mill.
I don't think they're trying to make it appeal to the 8 and under, but I think that they're trying to make it so that their videos, can... an 8 and under, a parent wouldn't be like, my 7-year-old kid saw this on YouTube. I think that's what they're trying to avoid, is they're trying to get homogenized content that is liked by all, and therefore is, and I'm trying to remember, any advertiser, no matter what they're advertising, would be pleased to put that content, attach that content to that, advertisement.
Yeah. Of course, I've seen racier things on daytime television, and apparently no problems there putting ads along with them.
Yeah, it really, when you try to appeal to everyone, you'll end up appealing to no one. That's the reality. If you try to please everyone, you'll end up pleasing no one. It's, we figured that, game developers figured that out in a hurry. When they try to make the cone, or the the zone that they appeal to as large as possible. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, they can only appeal to so many, and otherwise it's just, not going to work. So, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Video game publishers, developers have gone through this very same conundrum, and it's an unwinnable thing. You need to expand your cone as big as possible without, and that means that you're going to offend the niche, the niche audience. Period. It's just not going to fly.
YouTube's got this really bad history of overreacting to things. Now, I get that they lost a lot of their advertisers in the adpocalypse, but it seems like a gross overreaction to just go through on just tons of channels. Because I assume I'm not the only one that has had, my channel just apparently get annihilated overnight.
Well, as I said, the Drunken Peasants got destroyed. They now have a Patreon with $10,000 a month, but that's because they are large enough to do that.
Yeah.
But they aren't just a podcast group or a set of YouTube videos. They are a business.
Yeah.
And they have employees. They hire editors. They've transcended the level of this is a hobby into this is a business. And have your business, like the primary means of income, removed from your business. That's a pretty big deal. So, yeah.
And there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to this.
Mm-hmm.
So on my channel right now, I've got a video wherein I play PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds with some friends, and we get into a firefight with somebody that tries to run us over with a vehicle. We blow up the vehicle, we start looting the bodies, and the vehicle rolls backwards and runs over my friend, creating a rather funny and entertaining clip. Well, that clip is also part of a much larger video wherein we actually go on to win the game. The clip, which is 30 seconds or so, or maybe a couple minutes, I'd have to look, but that got demonetized and flagged inappropriate content. The full run is still monetized on my channel.
Interesting.
I have no idea why that would happen.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
So the only thing I can imagine is, as per usual, Google unleashed their, drones, their little bots to go out and start deciding what's appropriate and what's not, and the bots have just run amok.
Yeah, it's the algorithm, because here's the thing. Like, I have a video about a that is currently being contested for privacy concerns. People shared their own information, and I displayed that information, that was shared publicly. It's like you can go to their page at any time and see this information, but because because they didn't want their information seen on YouTube, they only want it seen on their apparently official Facebook page. They're like, I don't want it seen anywhere else. This is a violation of my privacy. So, there was a countdown. I had a 48-hour countdown in which to remove the video, or they would send a human to look at it. And in theory, give me a community guideline strike for, apparent violations if the person who reviewed it deemed it, so on. Well, I posted an update video explaining that, they still haven't gotten a human around to looking at it, so it's still, under review.
Jeez.
It's been about a week. They've still got they've still got people, who are going to eventually look at it. But yeah, that's how important your privacy is to them. It's been a week, and they don't give a fuck thus far.
Wow.
So obviously there's a big queue going on, either way, because of this whole situation, yes, the what do you call it? I'm trying to remember. I got distracted by the chat. It's the worst. Chat is the worst thing ever. Don't know who invented the chat, but
it's their job to distract.
Yeah. So either way, the funny part is that video talking about the demonetization. Or not demonetization. What's it called, privacy concern. That got demonetized. But the actual video with the privacy concern on it is still monetized, even if it's under review for privacy.
Wow.
Yeah, so I can still make money off of it, even if it's under review for privacy.
Double standard, much YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. As long as the advertisers are happy, who gives a fuck?
Well, and one thing I noticed, my biggest videos that actually are generating ad revenue, because keep in mind, I'm a small channel. Most of my videos really aren't generating ad revenue. So this isn't even about loss of money or anything like that. But my biggest videos, those are fine. They didn't touch those, and they're no different than any of the other videos. So that leaves me wondering if they just, if you're under a certain threshold, they're like, nah, this video's never going to see the light of day.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think that there's got to be something under the hood, either with what is said in the video, or maybe because keep in mind, the things you say, Google has an algorithm now that actually takes the things you say and auto-translates it. I think, and the subtitles are awful. Like the auto translate subtitles are awful, but I think that they're I seriously think that they are like scanning videos for certain words being spoken aloud or something like that. Or what they perceive to be certain words being spoken aloud. So you might actually say some word that is very close to another word, and they, indicate that, oh, it needs to be demonetized because you're talking about this thing,
Which is not what you said at all, or it's taken completely out of context.
Exactly. And that's why you get channels like Philip DeFranco, where he just went full on Patreon as well. He's running his quote-unquote DeFranco Elite setup there. And without that, his channel will be gone. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a video explaining like the YouTube videos that I watch, or YouTube channels that I watch these days. Yeah. And I'm actually going to mention Philip DeFranco, and I'm going to show a picture of Keemstar. And I'm just going to say, that YouTube channel that talks about, drama in the real world. And, I'll just put up a picture of Keemstar, even though I'm talking about Philip DeFranco. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that.
Seems good.
Yeah, but in general, I'm less than pleased with the direction YouTube is going. It's funny because Amazon is now posing itself to be a competitor. They are very close to rolling out, full advertisements for not only what do you call them? Not only partners but affiliates as well. So
really,
yeah, you can upload your video to Twitch.
Yeah,
and you can have full, just like YouTube monetization. You can have Twitch monetization on your Twitch channel. No. Apparently,
at this rate, jumping ship certainly seems like a good option. Well, the only thing that makes me worry about is, it certainly sucks to move platforms because you are going to kind of be starting over, even if you tell your audience, hey, I'm over here now.
You do notice that I'm running this on Twitch live right now.
Yeah.
There's a reason I'm building up my audience here. It's called Not All Eggs in One Basket.
Absolutely.
That's YouTube has proven that with the complete demonetization of the Drunken Peasants, and then us. I've gotten tons of old videos that don't get views anymore, flagged, and then you've got all your stuff,
You know,
flagged.
and
So yeah.
even if I sat there and, you know, went through and basically contested all of them, as I said, you know, most of them will never ever be reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because I'm stubborn and cranky about it, I'm probably going to go through and basically contest all several thousand videos when I have some free time.
Yep.
Because, you know, take that, YouTube. It's about all I really can do to, you know, stick it to them. But it's a little ridiculous. It really is.
It is. No, one of my videos that I contested got 1,000 views, so we'll see what the result is. But I'm gonna be honest with you. By the time they get around to reviewing the video, I suspect that I will have forgotten about it, and it will have stopped getting views by that point.
Oh, absolutely.
So, you know.
Now, one thing that kind of scares me, and I'm not sure if this is true, but I've heard people saying that the ones that they flag as not monetizable, YouTube is not showing in recommended feeds. They're basically not pushing the content.
Yeah.
So
I imagine no. I imagine based on the way their business model works, that is probably true. There's probably a lot lower priority in terms of discoverability on that.
Which really is tough for my channel, because that basically means they might as well have just deleted my channel. Because well,
you already had slow growth to begin with due to your, you know, just the way your content is pushed. So
yeah.
You know, admittedly, slow growth goes to no growth, and then you get, obviously that's something that's very irritating.
Absolutely, because, you know, even though my channel's small, you know, I've got dreams of having a, you know, a big enough following that I could, you know, do this full time. That's a long way off, but now it's looking like that's never gonna happen, pal.
Yeah. Someone said that, to be honest, I wouldn't know which video is monetized or not unless the creator said so. Yeah, that is a valid point. You know, I've seen some people say, you know, due to this very serious topic, I will not be monetizing this video because I do not want the appearance of profiting off of this, you know, event and such and such. And I'm thinking that's kind of really morally upstanding of you, and I'm totally not your type of person. Like I am not a paragon.
Well, with that stated, you do know that the news networks basically are making money off of the misery of the world.
I was gonna say that, you know, when Bush and Obama both decided to go and bomb places, then you know that their misery, the misery of the people being bombed, was covered quite well, and it was quite advertised on.
Yeah. That
content was monetized shit and back, you know.
Uh-oh, you've said bomb. Now this is not monetizable.
Right.
YouTube's gonna flag you as naughty.
Oh no, I am naughty. Well then. Yes. No, I actually mentioned this on my Twitch channel earlier, my Discord server. What's his name? Total Biscuit. It says, like, Total Biscuit recommends you play Space Tyrant. And I put in my link spam, like, I'm disappointed. I thought he was recommending this. And it's a point-and-click gay adventure called My Ex-Boyfriend, Space Tyrant. It's the best gay game on Steam ever. But, yeah, I mean, I wonder how quickly YouTube would demonetize that for non-traditional values.
Probably they would never let it see the light of day.
My goodness. Now, because there are lots and lots of people who watch Total Biscuit's channel. I mean, when I say watch, I mean they will actually go to the channel to see if they missed any videos. So,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
if something like that doesn't get shared or propagated across YouTube's algorithms, people will make a stink about it on a channel like Total Biscuits, as opposed to a channel like mine where no one would notice. You know, they're like, wait a second, you put up a video about that? Yeah, I did, like, 3 months ago.
Yeah, you'd be like, here, I'm linking you the video. Go
Yeah,
watch it.
exactly, that happens.
You'd be like, weird. I don't know why the video didn't get any views. You
Yeah.
know, although I did hear that this is not that they've just now demonetized the stuff, it's
No.
that they're now telling you
Correct.
that they've actually done this.
Yeah, what was happening was the videos were just getting kind of they just suddenly stopped making money, and you weren't told why. You just look at your analytics and see, oh, this stopped making money after the second day it was up. Okay, I guess it's getting demonetized. You know, and they didn't tell you about it. That was the problem. So
Doesn't surprise me. You know, YouTube's communication skills are like just not
Yeah.
good at all.
no.
Like if you think about it, YouTube's basically the employer of all, you know, the people that do this for a living. Can you imagine for, you know, most people out there that are working like a retail job or something else, you had an employer this you know, just kind of non-communicative. They're just
No.
up and do things and they don't tell you.
Well,
Like, oh yeah, don't bother coming into work today. You're fired. Oh, no reason.
No, it's more like a sales job where they keep changing the valuations of the commissions without telling you. And so, an example would be if you sell this product package, then you will get paid this much. If you sell this product package, you get this much. But guess what? These 50 product packages don't pay you anything anymore. But if a consumer asks for it, you're going to give it to them because that's your job. That's part of your job. Even though you won't get paid on it, in order to keep your job, the part that pays you, you have to keep, you know, the customer service going. You have to keep the customers happy. And so, you know, like you'll be fired if you deny them the packages that don't pay you. So that I've seen that happen in sales before. One of my friends tried to get me in on one of those. I looked at the business model and I said, you know what? I think I'll keep my current job. You know, but
like I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Yeah, let's put it like this: there are like equivalent things in real life do exist. They're called pyramid schemes. Yes, indeed.
You know, if YouTube was using this model back when they first came out, they would have never gotten as big as they did. Because they're basically, they're not censoring, but they're basically saying, you know what, don't bother posting any videos because, you know, we don't like the cut of your jib.
Yeah. So, what it really comes down to, I think they want to just have people who are enthusiastic about posting their videos for posting their videos. And what's going to happen is you're going to have this divide between content creators who, you know, it's their hobby, and then content creators who it's their job. And the content creators who it's their job are going to leave the platform. And you wonder why.
Oh, absolutely. You know,
yeah.
At this point, you know, if I had this many videos demonetized, think about, you know, somebody like, you know, Markiplier. You know, he's dropping swear words every few seconds. Either that or YouTube doesn't touch their, you know, top content creators.
Okay, hold on a second. So for Markiplier, he's put on a premium tier advertising list where he's been pre-approved. And like they actually don't give normal advertisers to Markiplier. They auction off Markiplier's video time as as big time. Like you pay a lot of money to get on the premium tier. Now, one of their concessions back when PewDiePie was supposedly a Nazi was to remove PewDiePie from that premium tier list. So that was one of the things, you know, when the fall of PewDiePie, blah 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 blah. And, you know, he actually was freed. You know, you have to understand something. Most of what PewDiePie does, like, he gives away huge chunks of his income to charities.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, he doesn't live anywhere within his means. You know, I mean, like mean, what I mean is, like, nowhere near the limit of his means. That's what I mean to say. Like, you know, there are some people who it's called living outside your means. You know, these people who they spend way too much money. In this case, it's the other way around. He's making an extreme excess of what he spends. And so he, you know, you are more or less lowering the amount of money he's giving away at this point to, like, charities and shit. So, I don't know. But going back to the actual platform itself, I think it's called Super Chat, which is the big thing that's going on.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, people will live stream, and while they're live streaming, they will do they will have a super chat going where people will pay. It's like bits on Twitch. They will pay to, you know, have their message posted front and center. So that's kind of something they do just for fun. But that's the only way some of these people are getting paid. But when, apparently, from what people have told me, when your stream gets demonetized, you lose, like, it won't put super chat on.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm told. I don't know if it's true or not. But it's like, the Drunken Peasants podcast, you know, was demonetized. Like, this other guy's podcast was demonetized before it even, like, started, when they set up the event. And they said, you know, in 2 hours, the event is starting. And it's like, okay, well, guess what? Your podcast is demonetized. Like, but it hasn't started yet. And that's kind of where we are right now in the grand scheme of things. So
guess you shouldn't have picked a username with the word drunk in it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So
too bad they didn't tell them that before they set up the channel.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we don't want anyone with offensive or politically incorrect names. Drunk. Since when is drunk offensive?
No. It's absurd. That's what it is. It's just absurd. But yeah, so I haven't been hit by this very hard. I've got to say that I would, you know, I can keep doing what I'm doing without any problems. And at the same time, people ask me, well, why are you focusing on Twitch so much? Why have you stepped away from YouTube? It's because I saw this coming. That's why.
You had a premonition of doom.
Yeah, I mean, I saw earlier with the PewDiePie situation and the adpocalypse and such, I looked at it, I'm like, this isn't affecting me very hard. I've lost maybe $100 or so. But
I mean, $100 is $100.
$100 is $100. But what I'm saying, I'm making a guesstimate that's probably nowhere near reality. But what I'm saying is, like, I've lost a small chunk of you know, my drinking money, which, you know, obviously it's remember, we've established earlier that the kind of drinking we're talking about is fruit juice.
Yes. Never anything besides fruit juice.
Yes.
Only family friendly.
Only family friendly.
Government approved.
Yes. So people asked me, you know, why why I would be such a big deal, you know, why I'd be focusing on that. And it's because you know, I haven't for the past year had a full-time job. You know, I gave up my full-time job when I left California, and I focused on other things. You know, not to say that YouTube is my only source of income, or Patreon is my only source of income, or Twitch is my only source of income, But by diversifying, by spreading it out, I don't have to be afraid of ending up with a financial situation just because some dumb fuck at YouTube changes their algorithm.
And it happens all the time. They're constantly playing with the algorithms.
Yes, exactly.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, and I looked at it and said that the single oh shit any single income source just isn't worth it right now. Other than if I were to go back to a full-time job, but even then you can get laid off. Not so much here. Here, people, like, companies are desperate because I'm not living in California anymore. Back when they were desperate, or sorry, weren't desperate, where there were so many people. When there are like 1,400 people looking for your job, then you have to be on edge and you have to perform harder than everyone else at that job, in order to keep it. And, work-life balance has to be thrown out the window because if they ask you to do overtime, you have to do it, so on and so forth. Like, that was the way it was in California. Here, assuming that YouTube, Twitch, and Patreon all banned me simultaneously, I could get a full-time job just a snap here. That's just where I live right now. But, it really depends on where you are, because some people really depend on the revenue they get, and you think, well, YouTube isn't your real job. Yeah, about that.
It's kind of become a real job.
Hold on a second. I'm opening a program here. But yeah, the amount of time put into scripting and things like that is fairly large. I will do unscripted videos every once in a while, like my Warframe review. But even when I reply to a video with, say, I did something called Jackass to Comments. That was scripted. You wouldn't think it, nice. but it was scripted. Where I pretend to be this nerdy. I go, your Warframe video has me distressed, stuff like that. Like that was all scripted. People don't realize that. And if you just spend time, if I just really quick pull up my my screen here, I'll show you what I mean. There we go. Like this is an example of my last video where I did a really quick, rough and dirty, like, update video for people. And, I had, like, you can see the pink here. The pink is where the audio wasn't synced up properly, so I had to pull the whole timeline over and sync it up. The
audio syncing is difficult, too. I am terrible at it.
You can see here where I edited the audio for the Warframe soundtrack, where I cut into external clips and shit like that. And you think, oh, no, that's a hobby. Like, yeah, until you spend more time doing it. So, yeah. It really depends. Does it become one of your main sources of income? Do you have to report it on your... do you have to report it on your taxes? Then it's a profession.
Yeah. Once you're paying taxes, I'm sorry, you've crossed over into the realm of you're now a professional.
Yeah. There we go. So, yeah, once you have to add it to your taxes, then, it's professional. So
you've gone too far. Hobby's over.
No, panhandling is actually considered a profession by the IRS. If you make over a certain amount, and they can prove that you make over a certain amount, which, trust me, if you panhandle in an area where there's a camera accessible to you, like where a camera can see you, then are you paying taxes on donations? You have to pay taxes on everything. Your donations go to my corporation, then my corporation pays me. That's how this works. A lot of people don't realize how that By the way, oh yeah, just there's like this guy chatting. I'm like, nah. You look at the chat, nah. All right, yeah, taxation is theft. Yeah, yeah.
Take that up with your local government. Tell me how it goes.
But yeah. So it's funny regardless. Just yeah, I did a rebuttal video on Warframe where I actually these people tried to tell me that I was wrong, and that because like I said that Warframe sucked when it first came out and it's gotten better. Well, like this guy explained he has over 2,000 hours. He's been playing for 4+ years. And because
I saw you tweet that out.
Yes, 4+ years. Let's face it, if you've been playing for 4+ years, they give you the Lotto Vandal, this weapon with a little sheen on it, which indicates that you played during the closed beta. Yeah, go fuck you. The Warframe sucked when it was new. Okay? But yeah. Either way, I think we're getting off topic here, and that's mostly YouTube. Being a YouTubby here, I've got to say that I enjoy making videos. They're fun. People ask me, well, now that you started live streaming, are you going to stop making videos? No, but I'm going to make less videos, and I'm going to focus more on live streaming. I said that, close to about 6 months ago.
Well, videos are a lot of work.
Yes, videos are a lot of work. I mean, I script them out. Excuse me. It's all that fruit juice. All right.
Yes.
So, yes, I script them out. I edit them, and then, encode them, and then finally, publish them, So it takes time. So it's absolutely... Ever thought of switching platform you load your videos to? Actually, yes, I have a partnership with vid.me. I haven't put anything on it recently, but if I need to, I am a vid.me partner, and I can definitely move over there if I have to. I plan on putting a couple more videos there, so yes. But as someone said, but jobs can't be fun. They have to be mind-numbing and soul-crushing. Well, that really depends.
Really? 'Cause
yeah.
I happen to love my my actual job that I do outside of YouTube. I'm middle management at a company I actually really enjoy working for. So
yeah,
I don't find it soul crushing at all.
I know.
Sorry.
You had to work hard to get that position too. They had you. They had you in a different position, and you for about I want to say 4 months you campaigned for that position?
Absolutely, I did. I had to basically convince top brass to give it to me, and now I'm still convincing them that they made the right choice.
Yeah.
But I like a good challenge, so I enjoy what I do.
Okay, well, that sounds great. Is there anything else you want to add to this conversation? Because we've been talking about YouTube and, the idea that your channel has been decimated.
Well,
yeah.
When I first saw what happened, I gotta say, part of me just wanted to hit the delete button on my channel. Now, I'm not going to do that, because when you've been creating videos for about 4 years, which I think I'm at 4 years now that I've been doing this. I'd have to double check, but and even though I'm a small channel, there's a lot of people that I recognize their names in the comments. They're showing up regularly, and it kind of feels like I'd be letting down some people that have grown to kind of count on me if I stop doing it. But
no, absolutely, I understand where you're coming from and what you mean when you say that.
But even so, I certainly feel betrayed by the platform. because, I don't feel that this was deserved at all. I don't feel like I have done, anything egregious to warrant my videos being, you know, basically, shamed.
Yeah.
And especially heartbreaking about all this is they don't really let me dispute it, and they don't tell me what I did on each individual video that, I can avoid doing in the future. I just have to guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the worst part of this. I don't know what YouTube wants from me to make my content okay on its platform now.
Yeah. I can see how that would be a problem. I have to say I started YouTube with very much I'm just going to upload some silent, non-microphoned, game footage just because I want to be able to look at it later and have it there. And some people looked at it, they liked it, and
wow, and that's without any of your witty commentary or personality in it?
No, that was just if you look at my video, it's called Team Fortress 1 Opening. It's just the introduction sequence to the first Team Fortress game, because Team Fortress Classic became popular, then Team Fortress 2 became popular, and they're like, people were like, wait, the Team Fortress Classic wasn't the first Team Fortress game? And so it's kind of a big video that kicked off what I was doing. Those people, I did a few reviews, or should I say like a Quake history video, a few other things, but they were all done with a really, really crappy mic. And
of course.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just progressed from there, and I enjoyed it. So, it's been fun, I would say.
Yeah, I started off doing my videos just because I had been playing Fallout New Vegas on the PlayStation 3, had put in like 1,000 hours into it. And my game basically got so buggy and unplayable that it was unwinnable. Well, since I had to basically start over to actually finish the game, a friend of mine bought me copy for computer. And, I'm like, well, if I'm going to play this all over again, I'm going to do something interesting with it and film my playthrough, and the rest is history.
Yep. I'm looking at this lovely game here where it just completely just froze up. That is amazing.
Uh-oh.
I'm using a frost ability, and it froze. Now, admittedly, I've never played Warframe with Zoom running at the same time, but still, I find that kind of interesting, nonetheless.
Well, in that case, if you were using Skype, your computer probably would have just
gave up.
burst into flames.
Burst into flames. But no, I imagine I just need to restart my computer to clear up whatever, because it's been on for close to a week. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that exactly. The point of the conversation was, you put "die" in the title of your stream, and it will just destroy the. It will just turn off the monetization. It's hilarious because this list of words isn't acceptable for advertisers. I'm just thinking now, didn't Google create an algorithm where it actually detects how toxic certain words are? I believe it did that. Like Morrowind is 43% likely to be toxic in a conversation.
What?
Yes. Because Skyrim's better.
Jeez.
It kicks off the people. So.
Wow.
Yep. New Vegas on PS3 was buggy, somebody said.
Yes, it's bad on PS3. I don't ever recommend anyone buying it for PS3 unless unless they absolutely hate themselves and wish to suffer.
Yeah, I know that some people specifically get the PC version mostly for the unofficial patch. Like, the unofficial patch corrects so many of the bugs. And then when you include it with the stutter remover and the... there's another one in addition to the stutter remover. I'm trying to remember what it's called. But there's an anti-crash fix as well. And when you combine all of those together, it's just so much better.
It turns it into an actually playable game.
Yeah, playable game.
I didn't use any of the fixes on my playthrough, and I will say that even on the computer version, there was an awful lot of banging my head against the wall in frustration because, oh, look, the game froze again.
Yeah.
Oh, when was the last time I saved? 2 hours ago? Guess I'm replaying.
You're talking about the singular form of dice. Demonetized!
or demonetization. They're basically saying my content is demonic in nature.
Yes. Yes, my demono... yes. No. Rectus dominus, rectus dominus. Means ass master. Alright, let's go. So, the singular form, of dice. Let's see, with mods, find ways to still make Skyrim crash. Yes. Well, Skyrim, on the other hand, is I made the special edition crash. I'm that good, but you can have a stable game so much more easily on the special edition than you can the regular edition of Skyrim, and that's unfortunate because it's missing out on the script extender and various other things. But yes, the main problem we have with the algorithm is that it's very inconsistent as far as we can tell. Like, we cannot take one specific action and ensure that our videos are not demonetized.
Like, how do you explain that my clip that I have from the same video, 30-second or 2-minute or whatever it is clip, is demonetized, but the actual full PlayerUnknown Battleground match, completely fine. So there's very little rhyme or reason to it, and since they don't explain, you got no way of, I don't know, preventing the problem, I guess. You just have to guess at what YouTube deems naughty.
Yep.
Oh, I said poop. My video is going to be demonetized. Oh, I said, alcohol. Ooh, I'm a bad person.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I know there are, because an advertiser doesn't want to be associated with alcohol or cigarettes or whatever is considered the bad.
Or words that could be construed as bad. I'm sure every video that says, I hate this, is going to be demonetized. Why I hate, Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Demonetized because you said hate, and hate is
audio
bad.
cutting out a bit? Yeah, Rowan's audio turns down, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Wasn't aware of that.
Yep.
It could be a lot to do with my sound mixer I just hooked up. I'm still adjusting things and trying to get it set up.
The audio is going up and down, which is interesting, and it to the people who are listening, it creates the assumption that it's cutting out.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to fix it, because I most certainly am not too enthused to hear that.
Yeah. People in the game are flipping out over my gun, the Panthera. It's a saw blade launcher, so they're just like, what the hell is going on? Because, I typically dominate in terms of damage done.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's just, it's hilarious. And there's a cat. It's going meow. So, yeah, this is all happening at once. They want people to watch longer videos to keep people on YouTube longer. There's a reason they demonetize the shorter clip. No. What I think is they have a scanner that checks random parts of the video for things that they want to demonetize. And then once the scanner will pick up specific parts of the video. So, yeah, they'll just pick that stuff up. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say other than for a larger video, the parts they choose, the specific points where they scan it, like, oh, no problem. No problem. And then, you know, the little clip unacceptable, because, you know, the content in the clip, you know.
Right.
So they have they looked for the very specific parts, and it just happened that due to the length of your video, those specific points in the video came up in the scan as unacceptable.
Like, this video game has violence.
Yep.
And guns.
No, I'm just thinking of standards and practices are an excellent way to keep good and funny ideas away from you, the television viewer. And it goes, what happens if we blow this nun's brains out? And he pulls out a shotgun, blows her head off right in front of everything. Like, blood sprays everywhere. It goes, no, unacceptable. And so he goes, someone's going to get an email. and then he goes, now let's try it again. And so he shoots the nun again, and this time her head gets blown off still, but then a rainbow comes out instead of blood. And it goes acceptable. So it says, and this is guaranteed not to offend the black people. No! Permission not granted! And it goes, did I say black? I meant to say minorities. And it goes, ding! By following the rules, you're guaranteed to create a mediocre product that no one can relate to. Yes.
I mean, that really is true, though. That right there kind of hits the nail on the head.
Yep. You're guaranteed to make a mediocre product that no one can relate to. It's all going to be Disney. It's going to be Disney. Either way, I can keep talking about what I want to talk about. If they demonetize all of my YouTube channel, then, you know, there'll be less YouTube videos and more streams until Amazon finally puts advertising profit share on their platform, which they have for full partners right now, and they're at least, you know, contracted partners, I should say. They have it for contracted partners, and they're pushing it over to affiliates and then, you know, regular partners soon. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with advertisers and how Amazon is going to try to oppose YouTube. And I don't know. I might be moving over to Twitch. I might be. I don't know what Mixer's going. I don't think I'm going to be on Mixer. But you know, there's lots of platform alternatives, and they are not all run by the same company. So if one company wants to beat another, all they have to do is say, "Hey, we're not that company," which in this case is YouTube. So it just Roawyn.
Speaking of which, I had completely forgotten I had that Twitch Prime.
Yes, thank you for subscribing, Roawyn. Technically it's like $5, but in reality it's I'm thinking about this. You know, because they take half, so it's like $3 basically. Thank you very much.
Are the Twitch Prime subscriptions worth less than a regular sub then, or?
No. Oh. Here's the thing. Twitch takes half of everything. Yeah, that's just the way it works. If you ask about the profit share, that's the default profit share. You can get a better profit share if you have a better contract. And now all contracts are open to renegotiation. No one will any contract that says this is done in perpetuity. Never sign that. Ever sign that. Yeah, always, like, every contract can be negotiated, every contract can be renegotiated. And if someone tries to lock you into a contract that says otherwise, tell them to fuck off.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. So, other than that, I think we're pretty much done with the conversation. We've talked about what needs to be talked about, which is YouTube and its demonetization going on, which is very unfortunate, I might add. I think that, I saw this coming when the PewDiePie fiasco happened, and ever since then I've been focusing more on Twitch than I have YouTube. It's why, a lot of my videos, they are YouTube VODs. But, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have cat meows and things like that. I've got to go AFK and deal with some things. So, do you have any other words, Rowan? Tell people again where your channel is, what you do.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, first off, Zarek. I really appreciate you giving me a little bit larger platform to vent some of my frustration on. Certainly, it doesn't take away the sting of of YouTube's betrayal, in my opinion. But I guess it's made me feel a little bit better about it. Not going to stop doing what I'm doing. So if you want to check out my content, and I certainly urge you to do so, you can find me at Roawyn on YouTube, Roawyn. Again, I do Fallout New Vegas. I've got some Stardew Valley, some PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, some League of Legends. I play a lot of different stuff. But what I'm mainly known for is like min-maxing, trying to basically 100% games and such. So, yeah, that's really all I've got. And again, I appreciate the giving me a platform to vent, Zarek.
Absolutely. So to the rest of you, I will be live streaming in about, I would say, half hour to an hour. I've got to get some stuff done, and when that's all done, I will be back doing more live streams today, probably Elder Scrolls. But thanks for coming, Rowan, and I will see y'all later.
See ya.